Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Zainab holding ID 200101310 from DSP back when my principal of chemistry 1. This is the presentation 2 and its topic is chipboard. So what is chipboard? A type of paperboard made from reclaimed paper foam. White line chipboard, a grade of paperboard. Particle board, a type of engineered wood known as chipboard. And next, definition of chipboard. Chipboard is manufactured by mixing particles or flakes of wood or geostick together with a resin and forming the mixture into a sheet. The raw material is fed into a disc chipper with between 4 and 16 radially arranged oriented strand board, also known as flake board, waterboard, or chipboard, is similar but use machines wood flakes offering more strength. All of these are composite materials that belong to a spectrum of fiberboard products. Next, advantages and next disadvantages of chipboard. The main advantage is the cost effectiveness and the versatility of user that chipboard provides. And the disadvantage is that untreated chipboard is porous and will therefore soak up any water it comes in contact with. So here we discuss about the manufacturing process step by step. So first one is preparation of raw material. The raw material is in this research is oil form that was obtained from using chapman through sickle the tree. 20 pieces of fronds were cut, while the leaves and fronds were removed. The fronds were cut into three parts. First middle, second top, and third is bottom. Second process of manufacturing of particle board is chipping and flaking. The wood veneer is chipped using chipper machine, and the chip is being reduced to fine flakes by reducing the flaker machine to get the desired thickness and length. This contributes to the optimum strength and smooth finish on the surfaces of wood. Third step is drying and screening. The screening process is the dry flakes are screened to separate fine and coarse particles. The wood flakes are dried in the oven at required moisture level. At drying process, the flakes with the separate size of particle size 1 millimeter to 2 millimeter only into the oven dry between 800 C and 850 C temperature for 24 hours with moisture content below 10%. This process was done to avoid the particle board structure ahead damage problems. Fourth process is glue mixing and blending. The process is mixing all material resin, wood material, oil form from particles, phenol formaldehyde. The particles are weighed and after 3 minutes rotating in particle mixing machine. The PF is put into the machine for about 10 minutes and followed by the format process. Fifth process is format process. The particle mixture is at desired amount. For one layer, it was then put into the mold and pre-pressed for making matte form. The mold dimension that used in 350 millimeter into 350 millimeter. This process and mixing process is repeated 3 times to make 3 boards differentiated by PF content. This process is to remove the air bubbles between particles and to reduce the size of mats. Sixth process is hot pressing. After pre-press section, the mat was brought to the hottest section. This temperature for the hot press is 1700. There are 3 cycling presses with different types. 1800 psi 180 seconds, 1200 psi 150 seconds, 800 psi 60 seconds, and 6 minutes. The hot press which operates automatically on programmable logic control compresses the mats under high pressure and control temperature to form coils to precise thickness. In this section, it should not have the air inside the mat. If it's still right there, the low quality of production will produce. Beside that, it needs to achieve the required thickness 12 millimeters. Seventh process is trimming. Before the trimming process, the board must be kept cool that took 3 to 5 minutes. Then the finished boards were cut into desired length, width, and the square edges. Usually, trimmer will consist of the saw with tungsten carbide tips. Lastly, the finishing process of particle board where it includes drawing line on the board based on the standardized size of each test. And the last process is testing. When the boards are trimmed, the board are used for testing to get the properties of board. This study, we have 3 types of testing. has been conducted. First one is binding, third internal bond, and the thickness swelling test. So here are the types of chipboard. First one is plain chipboard, melamine veneered, flooring grade, flame retardant, wood veneered, and plastic grade. So first one is plain chipboard. A standardized chipboard is made by bonding chips of wood and adhesive together under pressure and heat until it forms a still chipboard. This type of wood can be versatile. As it comes in three different densities: normal, medium, and high density. Next is melamine paste chipboard. The melamine paste chipboard is kind of composite material belonging to a new type. Building decoration material can also be called as particle board, which is an engineered wood product manufactured from wood chips, sawmill, shaving, or even sawdust, and a synthetic resin or other suitable binder with it pressed and extruded. And disadvantage of melamine paste chipboard that it releases the chemical is formaldehyde, and formaldehyde is poisonous, and it is also very harmful for the human body. And next is flame retardant. Flame retardant to a variety substance that are ready to combustible material to prevent fire from starting or to slow the spread of fire, provided additional escape time. The term flame retardant refers to a function, not a family of chemicals. So, chemistry of flame retardant, there are often broken into categories based on chemical structure and properties. In general, flame retardant are grouped based on whether they contain propene, chlorine, phosphorus, nitrogen, metals, or both. Brominated flame retardant contain bromine and are the most abundantly used flame retardant. Flame retardant inhibit or delay the spread of fire by suppressing the chemical reaction in the flame or by formation of protective layer of the surface of material. They may be mixed with the base material and additive flame retardant or chemically bond to it, reactive flame retardant. Next is wood veneer. A wood veneer is a thin coating with over the top of solid material that is designed to look extremely nice. This is usually done for the economical reason. For example, you can take a nearly paper thin sheet of madron burl exotic wood veneer and to adhere it to an inexpensive plywood and empty a panel. After completion, it looks like a solid piece of madron burl, when in fact the expansive part is only a thin paste wrap around the outside. And the types of wood veneered are raw veneered, paper baked veneered, phenolic baked veneered, laid up veneered, reconstituted veneer, and wood on wood veneer. Next is plastic veneer. Plastic veneer, also known as composite veneer, are very similar appearance but differ in longevity and how they are made. This type of often produced same day and put in the same dry too. Composition. We could say that this is the most widely available form of dental veneer in use. Porcelain veneer are made from high quantity composite ceramic that are usually matched with your tooth color. The material is custom molded and dental lab by your dentist, then fitted as later appointed. Now we will discuss the side effects of the chemicals used in chipboard. Side effects. Most particles board contain formaldehyde, a potent chemical. It is an antibacterial agent used almost other things. Embalm human body. When combined with other chemicals, formaldehyde produces a tough resin, the bonding agent used for particles board. Unfortunately, a formaldehyde-based resin will release formaldehyde into atmosphere over time. Next, low-level irritation can irritate the eye and nasal phases. Large dose are fatal. Formaldehyde is considered as likely human carcinogen in European humans. Exposure to higher than normal levels of formaldehyde can trigger dangerous reaction, including asthma. As an industrial chemical, the substance is known to cause nasopharyngeal cancer, so very rare. This is all about my topic. Thank you so much.